is creating some beautiful designs. And ladies, you're going to want to check this out because I'm sure you'll be telling your husbands to pick up one of these as well. We are joined by Caryne Nakashoji. She is the maker and creator of Burrowed by Caryne.
Yes.
Caryne, welcome to the show.
Thank
Great
you.
to have you here.
Thank you so much
So
for having
I
me.
have to ask the name first of all. Burrowed by Caryne. What does that name stand for exactly?
That's a good question. I named my company after my grandmother.
Okay.
So from her and from my mom, I learned how to sew. And my grandmama absolutely loves owls. So I thought, what a great play on words it would be a great way to commemorate my grandma by saying burrowed, the owl, but also by burrowing yourself into one of my products. So it kind of balances itself out. And also, it's a play on words with borrowing and burrowing because all my product are upcycled. So I just thought that it tied in really well with what my business encompassed, as well as how I became a seamstress.
So what does it mean to upcycle something?
Upcycle is basically the new word for recycling.
Okay.
So I scour different thrift stores, vintage shops, and I look for unique, creative vintage items that you wouldn't find in a regular fabric store or in a regular superstore when you're shopping for women's accessories.
Right.
So everything is made of repurposed products, and then I wash it all in eco-friendly detergent. I take things apart, and then I turn them into new items like these. Yeah.
And I think the whole thing with upcycling is that you're bringing the value up when you're done.
Exactly, as well. Yeah, absolutely. So it's not just saying like I recycled something.
Yeah.
It's you turn something old into something new and modern again. And I try to make sure that everything that I find is unique so that it becomes fashion forward and different.
Sewing. What do you love about sewing so much?
Well, here's the thing.
It seems like an old school thing,
No,
right? Not a lot of young
you're
women.
right. But for me, I grew up, I didn't have a lot of money growing up.
Okay.
And I was a big tomboy. And back in high school, I loved wearing those baggy, cool pants because that was super cool.
Of course.
And I couldn't afford the $100 pants. So I would have the $10 jeans and then I'd take them apart and I'd add pieces of material in them and make them baggy and funky that way. And and people would ask me, oh my God, I love your pants. I love your top. Where did you get that? And I would tell them, well, I made it. And then a couple of years ago, I started making accessories again for myself. I told my husband, I was like, I am so bored. I need to do something creative and get my creative juices flowing again. And I started putting my nose in his business. So I was like, instead of investing all this time in you, I'm going to invest it on myself. So I went crazy, bought a ton of fabric from everywhere, invested in a good sewing machine, and just started sewing. And then people were telling me how much they liked the scarves I was making, because usually retail infinity scarves can be really expensive.
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted to have something that would be a really good price point and unique, where you couldn't find that. There will be one or two of this, and that's it. So it not only is it a great piece to talk about, saying, well, I got my scarf from this particular place, but you can't find this anywhere else. You'd have to go to see Caryne to get it. So
well, and Caryne, I think another great thing about what you do is it's not just different designs. You also use different fabrics. So depending on someone's like or dislike when it comes to fabrics, even right.
A lot of people, including myself, I have a skin sensitivity. I have eczema and psoriasis. So certain fabrics, unfortunately for me, I couldn't wear something like this that's wool because it would irritate my skin. However, if somebody doesn't have a skin irritant like me, this is the most amazing scarf to wear. It keeps you warm. It's nice and cozy. It's made of a wool cotton blend, so you can't go wrong with that. I actually think that it's old tartan, like
That's
kilt
what
fabric.
it looks like.
Yeah.
So this is really good for. Well, it's really in for men too.
I was going to say this looks. Yeah, this is very masculine.
Absolutely. I have a lot of. I look for a lot of plaid because those are the most unisex items I find.
Right.
Or a lot of basic colors like blacks and grays. Like I could even see something like that on you with what you're wearing now. It's just a gray scarf. It's simple. It would go nice with any black jacket. So my main thing that I started with was scarves, but then I branched out. I make this kimono shawl I'm wearing here, something I made.
Okay.
I make bags. I make makeup cases, and tote bags and headbands. Those have been super popular because they are great for wintertime. They cover your ears.
Right.
But even if you're having a bad hair day, they are your best friend. So throw that sucker on, even with a messy bun or something, and you look awesome. So, and you didn't even have to try. So that's
exactly right.
Yeah.
You just it's all smoke and mirrors.
Exactly.
Right?
So I try to make things that I think are easy and affordable, but also really versatile.
Right.
So scarves are really, you can wear them a bunch of different ways. Headbands, you can wear them with your hair up, hair down, and then great little totes and accessories, things that are easy to carry around with you, aren't going to cost a ton of money, and also like Mackenzie was saying, great stocking stuffers, things that are not too large and boxy to throw under the Christmas tree. You know what I mean?
What was it like getting your business started?
For me, my business started as it was like, let's see how this goes.
Right.
So I opened up an Etsy store. And I know that you guys had Emily here, who was repping Etsy a couple of weeks ago, and she's phenomenal. And working with Etsy was a great way for me to get my product known. So I put a couple of things online to see how it went, and within 24 hours I had my first sale. Somebody bought some leg warmers, and I didn't even somebody in the US, I didn't even know them. So I told my husband, I said, Luke, oh my gosh, somebody bought something. Somebody likes my stuff. And it kind of it evolved from there, and I've done a lot of local shows, and I've been in and out of stores seasonally, because my product for scarves and stuff, it's very seasonal. And I've had some really amazing women in business work with me to kind of talk about my business and bring it to light. And since then, it's been very successful. I had a really good turnaround on Etsy. The local shows have been fantastic, so I always run out of stock and have to scour for new fabric.
That's a good sign. Yeah.
It is.
Well, that's how we met too.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to just say is about price point is sometimes when things are handmade, you know, you don't want to insult the person, but sometimes the price points are really high. And
there's no doubt.
What I really appreciate here is that the price point is very well, it's just really easy to purchase and easy to support.
Thank you.
I don't have to buy.
And that's what I was going for as well, Chantal, because I love supporting local as well. It's so important to me. I have a lot of creative friends, and I want to help all of them. So when I started my business as well, I wanted to do something that would cater to the customer like me, somebody who wants to support local but can't necessarily spend $50 per item. Can maybe spend $50 on 2 or 3 items because they want to help you, but they can't break the bank neither. You know, people in this day and age, not everybody has a ton of money.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
I wanted my price point to be helpful. And supportive for me,
Yeah, exactly. And now, what has your husband thought about the business?
He is the coolest.
Yeah.
He's the best. He comes to all the shows with me.
Oh, nice.
He's the mirror holder. So if you need to try something on, he's there to hold the mirror up so you can see what you look like. And he's also, he knows how I want to run my business. So he's a great support if I have to run to the washroom or something quick like that. Or if I get pulled aside for something, that he's there to be my backup.
Well, and I'm so glad to hear that you have other mentors and other business women that
Absolutely.
have been more than happy to help out. And
Oh, yeah.
honestly, a lot of people are intimidated to ask.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how much feedback and how much support you'll get from simply asking.
Absolutely. And not only that,
right?
I just to speak like from Chantal having asked me to be here, but all the women in our community here in Ottawa are pretty awesome and kind of run the city of Ottawa. It's really